everybody? It's Justin. Welcome. I'm excited about this one because it doesn't have a whole lot to do with nitty-gritty scientific details of nutrition and fitness and all these things, right? This is more of an overview of life, and I love doing these episodes because I like to get you guys aligned with happiness, passion, purpose, fulfillment, well-being, all of these things. I want to help you with that. So I'm calling tonight's episode How to Align Your Life for Maximum Results, right? So we're gonna remember this word, align. Now, what we're gonna talk about is literally what I consider to be the number one reason why people fail. The number one reason why people fail literally in all aspects of life. We're talking nutrition, fitness, personal finance, careers, relationships, spirituality, whatever, you name it. Even the people that succeed in a big way in the short term usually have some kind of failure downstream in the long term. Now, I'll give you an example like this because this happens all the time. How is it that someone could crush their nutrition goals for like 6 months? They reach their goal weight, they learn all sorts of nutrition information from Clovis, from me, and then they still manage at some point to fall off the wagon. Let's say it's like month 7, and they spend the next 2 months binging and feeling sorry for themselves and gaining all the weight back. It sounds insane, but this happens literally all the time. Some of the most active clients I've ever had in terms of how they communicate with me, how they communicate with the groups, the whole Clovis community, right? They're the most active I ever have. And then I stop hearing from them, or they stop posting in the group, or nobody hears from them for a long time, right? They just kind of vanish. It's weird. And then inevitably, like 6 to 8 months later, this person comes back. I've fallen off the wagon for the last 6 months. I've eaten like a complete slob. I gained all the way back and then some. I was doing so good. I loved my Clovis life. What happened? They apologize to me. They feel bad about themselves. They call themselves terrible names and blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that I can do about it. That's something that exists within the person. So all I can do is episodes like this to try to remove the mystery from it and help you guys understand exactly why that happens. So in my experience, it comes down to 2 things. 1 is identity. 2, alignment. So we're talking about identity and alignment. When I say alignment, what I'm actually talking about is alignment between life, right? Everybody loves goals. We set goals, we track goals, I talk about goals, everybody talks about goals, right? The problem is alignment. So we need alignment between life and goals. Life and goals need to be aligned. Now, improper alignment means that the goals the person has set for themselves are actually not what they want for themselves. They genuinely are not. In most cases, they have adopted the goals of somebody else, or the goals of society as a whole, or they're setting goals for themselves based on something that they saw on social media. This is where they come up with goals, because people don't sit in a room quietly with a pen and paper like I always tell you to do by themselves, right? They go, I need to set a new goal, and they go on Instagram and they set somebody else's goal for themselves, okay? Now, identity is also a huge piece of this because change is very hard. It's hard because it requires leaving your comfort zone. Now, leaving your comfort zone is easy enough to do for a little while. So the person from the example I just used, this Clovis person, right? I'm just making this up, but this happens with people. That person went through the motions. They followed the Clovis nutrition plan. They lived like a healthy Clovis person. Keyword there, like. They lived like a healthy Clovis person for about 6 months or whatever. But they never internalized Clovis or being a healthy person as their new identity. Basically, in their own subconscious, it was all make-believe, right? They were just pretending to be a healthy person. So this person joins Clovis, but they know in their heart of hearts, they know without question that spicy Cheetos and ice cream are going to be in their future. They are still going to be a part of their life eventually. They know this before they even begin, which leads to inevitable failure. So that's what we're talking about. When you have a misalignment of life, habit, and goals, then you're going to have inevitable failure. Now, let's talk about where I see this happen, okay? So let's say we have you, all right, person here. This is you, this is your little identity as a whole. And we have these aspects of life that we really care about. So we have like nutrition, fitness, we have finances. That can go along with like career, let's say. So we have these different aspects of your life. Now, when we talk about life and goals, we need to align all of these, which can be a little bit tricky, particularly if you're letting a bunch of input come from other people that are not you. Now, of course, I don't have time to get into all of these tonight. They would all really need their own episode. So what I'm going to do is go through a couple of examples that will just explain to you what happens when life and goals are not aligned, or when your goals are literally not your own. So obviously, I'm going to start with nutrition, because that is the foundation of all things Clovis. I tell you that nutrition is a stepping stone to the rest of your life. So the example I gave at the beginning of this episode is someone who's seemingly having massive success with Clovis, and then boom, they fall off the wagon hard and fast. They genuinely can't understand how or why this happened. So let's just make up a story of an imaginary client with Clovis, right? So the client joins Clovis. They tell me, I've got 2 goals. I want to lose 30 pounds and I want to have more energy. I go, okay, cool. Easy peasy, let's do the thing. Boom, we hit that goal in 60 days. The client is over the moon excited. They never thought they could lose the 30 pounds. So they decide that they're going to take it even further. They write to me. They go, I feel amazing. I've never felt this great. I am the king of all things nutrition. I feel amazing. I'm in my middle school jeans. I want to take it to the next level. They say that they want super low body fat percentage. They want to see all their abs. They want to try the carnivore diet. They want to do an extended fast for multiple days. They want to do intermittent fasting every day. They want a sauna. They want blue blocking glasses. They want all the biohacking that Justin talks about. They're going to do it all, right? And I write back to them and I give them an appropriate warning about how they are still new to this. They should probably take things slowly. Adopt it as a lifestyle, not an experiment. Don't think about it like an experiment. But I agree, hey, if you want me to, I'll help you on this journey. Whatever you want to do is your journey, right? So they pull the trigger, they try an extended fast, they make it 48 hours. Next week, they're thrilled with themselves, so they do a 72-hour fast. Now they're going to do daily intermittent fasting. It starts at 16 hours. Now they're doing 1 meal a day. They hit their body weight goal. Now they want to build muscle. Justin, how do I build muscle, right? On and on it goes within a matter of a few months. Now, in the meantime, in the rest of their life, their family's really annoyed by all the constant conversations about nutrition. Their girlfriends really just want to drink wine and watch The Bachelor with them, but they won't shut the hell up about how Dry Farm Wines is way more healthy than the current wine they're drinking, and how they need to get new snacks because these snacks are unhealthy. And they're like, shut up, I'm trying to watch The Bachelor, what are you doing, right? Now, months and months go by of this. Then what will generally happen is some kind of issue will pop up. It could be anything. It could be like romantic issues, it could be career issues, it could be trouble with your kids, it could be finance issues, whatever. Or it really just could be like cold and flu, right? You get the flu and you're knocked out for 2 days, or you get the cold or something, you're in bed, right? That's when things start to crumble. Because for some reason, let's say that person just goes, oh man, the kids have potato chips and ginger ale and I'm feeling really crappy, and they eat the potato chips and they drink the ginger ale, or God forbid they take some Tylenol for their headache, or they skip their workouts for the week because they're sick, right? Now, in their minds, Clovis people don't do those things. Justin doesn't do those things. Justin doesn't take the Tylenol and drink the ginger ale, right? So they decide that they have failed. The downward spiral begins. They start to identify, their identity becomes failure, right? They instantly decide like, oh yeah, the chips and ginger ale person, that's who I really am. This whole Clovis thing, I was just pretending. I'm not like them. I love junk food, right? The whole thing starts to crumble. They fall completely off the wagon. Why? Because we're talking about life and goals aligning. Remember, when this person came to me, all that they wanted was to lose 30 pounds and have more energy. That's it. That's all that they wanted. But they kept creating new goals and stacking them on top of each other. They forced inevitable failure. So let's examine a different way that this could have gone. The client joins Clovis. They want to lose 30 pounds. They want to have more energy. We hit that goal in 60 days. They're over the moon excited. They come to me. I want to try intermittent fasting. I want lower body fat. I want to see my abs. I want to be jacked. I want biohacking, blah, 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 right? Now, I give them the same appropriate warning. I tell them they're new to this. Let's take this slow, right? I'll help you if you want, but I think you should take it slow. Now, this client heeds my warning, and they go, you know what? You're right. I'm brand new to this. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. This is working for me. They don't set new goals. They continue on the path laid out for them. Their health continues to improve day after day, week after week, month after month. All the while they are not tweaking or introducing new things. So the same process, the fundamental process of Clovis, gets repeated over and over and over. Now, because the process is not getting interrupted by shiny new things, they're getting more and more reps. More and more reps of the foundational protocol that is Clovis. They're practicing their new lifestyle, their new Clovis lifestyle, day in and day out, long term. Now their energy levels are fantastic, they're at a healthy body weight, they're feeling great, the lifestyle starts to become automatic because of the constant reps they're getting with their new habits each and every day. So they're ingraining the lifestyle as if it is their new normal. They're adopting it as their identity. So if something like chips and soda does pop up on a random day, it doesn't cause an identity crisis. The chips and soda are just fucking chips and soda. It's an anomaly, right? They recognize it. Uh-oh, shouldn't have done that. And then they go right back to their Clovis life, which is now cemented as their new normal. I did a whole AMA about this. It's called Your New Normal, right? But you did too much too soon because you started stacking goals that were never your goals to begin with, right? Do you see the difference? So the person in the second scenario has crushed their goals and they've done a much better job of aligning their goals with their daily habits. Why is that? Because when the person from the first example came to me, they had no desire for six-pack abs. They had no desire for incredibly low body fat. They didn't want to be a spokesperson for Clovis and get in debates and arguments with all their friends and family. They didn't want to do biohacking. They didn't want to do extended fasting. They didn't want to try the carnivore diet, right? All they wanted was to lose body fat, lose 30 pounds, and have more energy. That's it. That was the goal. That was the goal in their gut. They wrote to me and they were right. They said, Justin, this is what I want. Now think about what life would look like for that person if they had just been honest about what they wanted out of life. If they hit their goal of 30 pounds and more energy, and they said, I feel great. I have more energy. I have to make less decisions every day. I know what I'm going to eat. I know what I'm going to prepare. Save a whole lot of time cooking. This is wonderful. Oh, Justin mentioned that Alchemist book, and I've been wanting to read more. I think I'm going to start reading 20 minutes a day, because I have time for that. Boom. Nutrition is a stepping stone for the rest of your life. Now you get to do things that increase happiness and fulfillment. You see what I'm saying? That's what this is for. But I see nutrition misalignment with life and goals all the time. Why? Most of us are average people. Let me shake you awake if you don't understand that. Most of us are average people. I don't give a shit if I look like The Rock. Why? Because that impacts my fulfillment and happiness exactly zero. But society tells me on Instagram that I should want to look like The Rock. Or society tells you that you should want to look like Jennifer Aniston or Jessica Biel or Taylor Swift or whoever the hell, right? But guess what? Getting from where you are now to Jennifer Aniston or from where you are now to The Rock is going to require tremendous sacrifice in all areas of your life, and you will probably spend far more time miserable than you will happy. This is misalignment. Misalignment. You don't actually want to look like Jennifer Aniston. You just want to be healthy and happy.